I'm Mohammed Nasser. Mr. Paul, the president of the Socialist Party, which is Belgium's largest political party, started on national television that we should take economic measures against Israel to protect innocent lives. On the other hand, at the OIC summit, Muslim leaders refused to implement economic sanctions against Israel to save innocent lives. What a shame. As the OIC representative, as you are ambassadors in Brussels, could you please clarify the OIC position on taking action to protect innocent lives? Me, as a city councillor, we pass a motion in our city council to protect the innocent life. OIC is not doing his job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the ambassador of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. My name is Saja Majali. Just to respond to the questions that were brought forward. First and foremost, perhaps a big thank you for the government of Belgium here, for the people of Belgium, for all the support they have shown throughout. For Belgium, the very balanced position, and also at the level of the unions and political parties. Since you did take a stand, this is something to be saluted for your party and other parties. And we count on you, and we count on your leaders to do their job, because the world is watching and history is watching. And one day, we will wake up and say that we didn't do enough, and this should not in any way be allowed to happen. So I end with this.
Bien sûr, l'Union européenne a beaucoup de choses à faire. Au moins, défendre les principes de fondateurs de l'Union européenne. Les principes de droits d'homme, droit de la vérité. Ça, c'est quelque chose que, si on va respecter ça, je pense qu'on peut jouer un très grand rôle. L'essentiel maintenant, d'arrêter tout de suite le feu. Et pour l'avenir de Gaza, le seul qui a le droit à décider, c'est notre peuple palestinien. Le peuple palestinien dans la bande de Gaza, Cisjordanie, Jérusalem-Est et dans le camp de réfugiés à l'extérieur de Palestine. C'est le seul, le ALP, qui a le droit de décider ça. Aucun. Personne. Notre peuple vivant, malgré tout, malgré les massacres, malgré tout, on voit un bébé palestinien, un enfant palestinien, ou une personne âgée qui dit « Je quitte pas ma maison, même s'ils vont me tuer tout de suite. » C'est ça notre peuple. Et les débuts, personne ne décide à sa place. Personne ne décide à la place du peuple palestinien. Il faut tout le monde dire ça. Partout. On a dit ça déjà. Mais, officiellement, on n'a rien reçu. C'est des non-papers qui circulent partout, ici et là.
The sanctions against countries.
Well, I'm not going over that. It's very clearly, well, the summit that was held 2 days ago, a very firm and strong decision came out from it. The first thing, of course, is to seize the fire and seize the fire. You cannot talk about even the day after or what we have in mind as Arab countries, oil producing countries, or anything. We have to stop this war, this peaceless war. We have to, and then of course there comes, of course, the very important humanitarian aids that should be allowed without any kind of impediments. I mean, people who are serious, I mean, they have to really pave the ground for the relief of the Palestinian people from the misery, from the suffering that they are going through, rather than going into theatrical postures, you know. So I advise you to go back to the decision, to the very strong decision that came out the other day, and you will see where this responsibility lies, the responsibility of stopping the war. The international community is called for now really to take action The Security Council has also to take up its duties as enshrined in the United Nations. These are the kind of questions that need to be pondered and that need to be discussed. I mean, thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. Just to reiterate and to summarize what our honorable ambassadors have said, that the resolution has called for an international peace conference as soon as possible, through which a credible peace process will be launched. I will just briefly outline that it has been asked to establish a geographically contiguous state of Palestine, and prior to 4 June 1967 borders. And what that will include, it will include East Al-Quds, the occupied Syrian Golan, the Lebanese Sheba Farm, Kafr Shuba Hills, and the outskirts of the town of Al-Mari, and the implementation of the two-state solution. So just to ensure that there is no ambiguity on that. Thank you.
Ambassador d'Égypte.
Well, thank you so much. I have just very quickly three messages. First of all, I would like to join their Excellency the Ambassador of Palestine and Saudi Arabia that it's ridiculous to talk about the future of Gaza with the continuation of the mass killings of civilians. So, first of all, we have to stop this war of aggression against civilians.
Just to answer one of the questions, I would like to underline Article 11 of the OIC summit conclusions. Basically, OIC mandates the foreign ministers of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as chair of the Arab Summit and the Islamic Summit, Palestine, Jordan, Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, Indonesia, Nigeria, and any other interested countries. Of course, today I am in front of you as the Turkish ambassador to the EU, as an ambassador of an EU candidate country. I don't think that in our approach to this crisis we are not alone. I don't see any polarization, and I know that many countries in other parts of the globe, including in Northern and Western Europe, they also share most of our concerns. They also, I think, expect the same action to be taken as immediately as possible. So this is not an appeal from the Arab world. This is not an appeal only from the Islamic world. This is not an appeal from the South, but this is an international appeal. So our appeal is to stop this bloody war, this aggression, and it should not be an aggression of revenge. We need to focus on the ceasefire immediately, and then we need to focus on aid, but we should also continue to insist on the peace process, which is an important thing. Thank you.
Ambassador of Iran, please.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Hello, everybody. It is clear that as long as Israel does not feel the pressure, as long as Israel feels impunity for their crimes, its crimes, and the genocide that is going on in Gaza, as long as Israel does not feel accountability, we should not expect, I think, any positive response from the other side. So I'm sure that from now on, having this declaration by the OIC, the members of the OIC, diplomats of OIC would strive towards finding a way towards the pressure, on Israel to, push them to stop the bloodshed. Thank you very much.
As you know that we have been talking about the joint resolution adopted by the OIC and their League of Arab States in Riyadh. It has categorically rejected describing this retaliatory war as self-defense or justifying it under any pretext and demand to stop it immediately. Well, many have said that what this ongoing action or the atrocities or aggression, it can be best described as vengeance.
collective punishment of civilians, that itself constitutes a crime. The country's very high representative has said, and I would like to quote, and he's on record, "It is time to teach them a lesson." So are we seeing it as a right to self-defense, or is it what is ongoing, the collective punishment and retaliatory action against the civilians in Gaza? It is nothing but their avowed statement of teaching them a lesson.